Palm Beach County in the Pines helps families reach the goal of home ownership. But now some of the units need updating, and here to talk more about the homes is Elizabeth Rivera, a board member with In the Pines. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
You've been here
Steve.
before, so appreciate you returning, a friend of us here at WPBF 25. So for people at home, just explain to us what the mission behind In the Pines is. I know you've been around for a while.
Absolutely. So In the Pines was created to provide affordable housing for people in Palm Beach. We have two locations, one in Delray Beach and one in Boynton Beach. And what we do is provide low-income housing for working families within the Palm Beach County.
And tell us more about those families who you try to really help out here. I was reading it's mainly about parents who maybe work full-time jobs, both of them, is that correct?
Absolutely. So basically it's working families with low income that are looking for being able to afford housing. And obviously In the Pines provides, it was created with the vision to provide that to the families in those two communities.
Okay, and then when we talk about what you're here for today, specifically the South Campus, you have over 40 units, I believe I was reading, and also they're 30 years old now, and the conditions in the kitchen and bathrooms. Talk about those right now.
Absolutely. So In the Pines was created with the mission, like I told you, to provide affordable housing. The kitchens are the heart of the family, and we're asking the community to help because obviously after 30 years, they're in urgent need of renovations. And we want to make sure that the families, as they're coming back from work, find a place where they can open their hearts and feel very proudful about where they're at. And that's what we're asking the communities to help us for the renovations in those two communities that have been built for more than 30 years.
And we're looking right now at pictures. If you can explain to us, what is your vision for this when you look at the pictures that we're looking at right now? I saw something that was just under construction, and this looks renovated right here in this picture. Talk about what we're looking at.
So we already started the renovation. What we're looking is to be able to continue to do that.
Okay.
And we're urging the community to help us and open their hearts and go to our amazing new website, which is called inthepineshousing.org, and help donate so that we can continue and provide that housing for all the people in the community. So they're proud and they know that they have a place that they can go home. And the kitchen is the heart of the Latin family. So that's what we want to try to provide.
And you mentioned that some are already renovated. Talk about some of the reactions when people just see a kitchen or bathroom renovated. It sounds so simple, but like you said, a kitchen is sort of the heart. We use bathrooms every day. So talk about what you're seeing when people see these renovations.
Absolutely. It's just the pride of coming home to a place that's safe, that's clean, that they know that they can feel very proud to call home. And that's what we want to be able to give these families that work so hard, that have such a sense of community, that help each other, so that people feel that even though it's low income, it's a place that they're always proud of coming home to.
And we know affordable housing is so important in general, but especially right now when people are really pinching pennies. So thank you for stopping by. If you at home have heard any of this,